Ahoy folks, Lord Splendid here, and today we are going to be talking about a very interesting subject indeed, sea monsters. There are plenty of legendary sea monsters of the deep, rumoured to have caused chaos at some point in the Seven Seas, but we are going to narrow the list down to just 5 that could potentially be added to the game itself. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. Okay, starting the list with number 5, mermaids. Now I know Disney had us thinking that mermaids are beautiful, elegant creatures who mean us no harm. Well, the first part is true, but they are apparently very dangerous indeed. The mere presence of these odd creatures could mean a terrible storm was a brewing at sea, or that your luck was about to change from good to bad, or that you were about to be taken down to the bottom of the sea to die. Take your pick, guys. Not saying that all mermaids are evil, but according to legend, these creatures would lure pirates into the deep with their beauty and their songs. So you have been warned, my friends. Alright, at number 4 we have the megalodon. In other words, giant scary as prehistoric great white shark. Now, I'm not a fan of being in deep water, as I'm sure a lot of you aren't either, but especially seeing as this horrifying eating machine could be waiting to snatch us up. Megalodon, meaning big tooth, was indeed a real creature, but is it really extinct? Maybe, but the fear factor still remains, and so it gets a top 5 spot on the list. Reaching sizes of around 60 feet, it could easily sink a pirate ship or even fight a kraken. Shout out to Mega Shark vs Giant Octopus.
Holy shit!
What a film. Anyway, in my opinion, this creature is probably the easiest to implement into the game itself, as there are already sharks confirmed. So just increase the size, right? It's probably a lot more difficult than that, but anyhow, on to the next one. Number 3, Moby Dick. Now, according to legend, a freaking whale bit off some poor pirate's private parts, and hang on, it's apparently not quite as severe as that. It was just his leg that got bit off. Oh, my mistake. Anyway, Moby himself is said to destroy whole ships, so yeah, I never thought whales could be so terrifying, but here we are. The sheer size of this thing, along with its bad boy attitude, will cause terror and destruction upon whoever its next victim may be. It all makes sense how this whale got its name now. He does sound like a right asshole. It is probably a long shot if Moby Dick could be added to the game, but we have a kraken, so I'm sure a giant whale is within question. So number 2 was a bit of a tricky one. I got stuck between choosing Leviathan and Cthulhu. Now I'm sure a lot of you would say Cthulhu is the obvious choice, but hang on, let me back up Mr. Leviathan over here. Now not to worry, these guys are not recorded creatures, but whether they actually existed or not is most likely always to remain a mystery. The Leviathan was used as an image of Satan himself. He basically was a huge, terrifying creature that ate all of God's creations. Think of it as someone blowing over your house of cards you just made. I know, annoying, right? As the Demon of Envy, this guy was one of the 7 princes of hell. His powers include shape-shifting, superhuman strength, and that is basically invincible. Yeah, you get the picture. Now, for our freaky friend Cthulhu, oh hail Cthulhu! Cthulhu is described as part octopus, part man, and part dragon. OP as It kind of looks like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, except way bigger and with wings. Probably the most intelligent of the list, and probably as well the most dangerous. Even looking at the creature causes insanity. Now, you're probably still wondering why I put these two in the number 2 slot. Allow me to explain. I just can't see them being in the game, to be honest. They are too OP and complicated to add in. I mean, the Kraken would be causing enough chaos as it is, so the addition of these guys is highly unlikely, but it is still possible. So, along with their reputation, they have been granted a space on the list. Now, the one you've all been waiting for, but probably the one you weren't expecting, Davy Jones and the Flying Dutchman. Some would argue that this isn't a sea monster, but being a fictional character most famous in Pirates of the Caribbean, and with a pretty monstrous look and attitude, the number 1 spot is well deserved. Doomed to sailing the 7 seas forever on the legendary ghost ship the Flying Dutchman, Jones is one to be feared. Now we know that on the Sea of Thieves, if you die in the game, you will appear on a ghost ship. The question is it the Flying Dutchman? My guess is yes. Will there be a captain for the ship? I'm not so sure. What if I want to stay on the ghost ship and cause chaos myself? Rare, if you're watching this video, please consider this. Other than that, does anyone have any suggestions for what role exactly the ghost ship in the game will play? If you have any theories, be sure to comment them down below. So there we have it, our top 5 showcase. Be sure to comment down below your top 5 list of creatures of the the deep. I'm always interested to see what you guys think also. Did you enjoy the video? If so, then leave a like. Your support is what keeps me motivated to bring this stuff to you, and I'm already extremely grateful. I couldn't have asked for a better crew myself. So if you're still here, then be sure to hit that like button. Also, 1 like equals 1 prayer for Cthulhu. Oh hell, Cthulhu! Want to join the fleet also? Feel up to the challenge? Then simply subscribe for more splendid Sea of Thieves news and entertainment. I'll see you folks in the next one.